My name is Paul McNeil. I coordinate the Northampton Prevention Coalition. The Northampton Prevention Coalition is a community-wide coalition that comes together to decrease youth substance use and abuse. We do that for middle and high schoolers. We've been doing this work as a task force, just a community collective of adults and students who cared about the issue of substance use and abuse in Northampton, and that's where the coalition was born. We're in our 5th year now. We're applying for years 6 through 10 funding, and we are located in Northampton High School. We're Northampton Public Schools program. They are our fiscal agent, and our location of our office is in the back corner of the library. Just within the last month or two, I've been asked to speak at 3 health and wellness classes when the curriculum has been focused on substance use and the consequences and effects, the social consequences, the legal implications of possession, things like that. It's been really awesome and interesting engaging teenagers where they're at and what they're interested in and curious about asking questions about. Around school, you might see some of our posters that put high, positive, healthy percentages around student behavior. They call that a student social norms campaign. And so you might see those posters around campus in the spring. We're going to do it again this spring, where we survey as many students as possible at Northampton High School to find out what are the perceptions of substance use and the actual use rates. And so if there's a gap, we find that gap, and then we address it with some eye-catching social norms campaign posters. The director of the Northampton Prevention Coalition is Karen Jarvis-Vance. She's also the lead nurse for Northampton Public Schools. She was right there at the beginning in 2009 getting this funding for the coalition to exist with Drug-Free Communities money and STOP grant money. She brought on myself, she brought on Ananda Lennox, who's our youth engagement coordinator. She works really closely with Smith Voc and Northampton High School's student population, engaging students on issues they're interested in and passionate about. Another strategy that we use with the Northampton Prevention Coalition, in collaboration with the local police department and health department and the licensing board, are alcohol purchase surveys, where we send in young-looking buyers between the ages of 21 and 23 to every single liquor establishment in Northampton, and they attempt to purchase alcohol. They should legally be carded if they are young-looking buyers. It's kind of a gray law, but we really want to advocate for carding anyone that looks young, especially in a college community with a lot of people attempting to purchase alcohol that are just around the age of 21 or younger. Another thing we do are compliance checks with the local police department, and that's when it's a little more punitive, where it feels more stingy, like a sting operation, where we send in younger than 21 students, 18 to 21, and legally they must be carded. And legally, if they are served alcohol, then technically charges are brought against the establishment. And so that's something that's a little less friendly, but a very serious wake-up call when you have a few infractions like that as a licensee, and you're brought in front of the licensing commission for your license to be lost or delayed or postponed for any amount of time. That's a major deal to a small business in a community like this. And so it's one of the pieces of alcohol access that we try to decrease in Northampton. Northampton Prevention Coalition is unique in how we coordinate and collaborate with the city itself. We work with people in the health department at City Hall, the mayor, the police department, medical staff at Cooley Dickinson Hospital, nurses, counselors, parents, teens, pretty much every sector you can think of in the city of Northampton. They're at the table once a month. We're sitting, collaborating, planning for how to strategize to decrease substance use and the favorability of substance use among our teenage population. We do the same thing with parents and parent behavior. For example, calling the parents of your children's friends, meeting your children's friends, having dinner with your family 3 or more nights a week, things like that. Just putting that positive statistic, which we get from surveying hundreds of families in Northampton, and really addressing that and putting attention to it. Because a lot of parents don't know what that stuff is, what the data is. They don't know that most families are making really healthy choices and sometimes difficult choices around having rules and having reasons and having consequences for the behavior of their teen, and that they're not alone. And I see a lot of the work that we do at the coalition as removing barriers so that people can have strong, healthy, sustainable relationships with their family, with their friends, with a loved one, with a teacher. Substances can really get in the way. More so for some people, less so for others. And it's my job and it's the job of the people that are a part of our coalition to try to remove those barriers so that people can have more genuine relationships with themselves and the people around them.